Hey everybody, good morning to you all. My name is Jess. This is Key Tarot. This is going to be a real quick general reading. Who knows what it's going to be about? Let's say a blessing. We'll find out together, all right? Holy Spirit, thank you for being with us here today and in every breath that we take. We ask that these messages be received by those who are meant to hear them. Amen. All righty. Let's see what we have going on out there. Happy, what I've heard, I think it's the full moon in Aquarius right now. And it's like a big super moon, and we're gonna have 2 of them this month, and so that means it's a blue moon, because that means you get 2 full moons in 1 month. And apparently this is like the closest we're going to be to the moon for a while. I think it will make a lot of positive changes in our lives. I did a reading yesterday, and I could just tell that a lot of people were going to be having some breakthroughs and some changes happening. So let's see what we have going on today. You, my goodness. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, shoot, kids. So I have the first card out for you was this 4 of Pentacles on its side. I've got the Tower on top of that with this 2 of Wands in the reverse. And I don't put reversals into my cards, so I don't even know how that happened. But so the 4 of Pentacles can be about financial restriction. It can be about restricting a lot of different things. It's holding on to things because you don't feel safe or secure about letting go of something. The Tower is something that comes in, and I don't want to say like, it disrupts something in your life. And that's not always necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we need to disrupt things in our life. Sometimes when the Tower happens, it's tells you that's an opportunity to make a change. And this 2 of Wands in the reverse is someone who says, I don't want to be a partner in that situation any longer. I don't want to be affiliated with that situation or system any longer. It's someone who, and quite honestly, you may feel a little bit directionless right now, or a little bit unsure as to what to do to solve a problem in your life right now. Some of you are going through definitely breakups and endings where you really need to put up some very healthy boundaries around yourself, because you may be dealing with someone who is not healthy for you to have in your life. I can see that. And this was not an easy decision for some of you. Let's look. Yeah, so if that is the case, if you're dealing with a difficult breakup or an ending, I would say definitely put up very healthy boundaries around yourself and very strong boundaries around yourself, because I feel like you're dealing with someone who is possibly immature or possibly impulsive to the point that it could be very disruptive in your life. There's a lot of restriction here. And I feel like this is going to be worked out pretty quickly, like by the end of the month. I do. But just hang tight until then and maintain those very firm boundaries if this is something you're going through. Some of you, this is a situation with a romantic partnership, and some of you, this is a situation in your work life. I feel like if this is a situation in your work life where you feel like you're being mishandled, or perhaps not making the amount of money that you should be making for the job that you do, I think it's time to start sending out resumes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah. Woo! Good stuff coming up. Okay, so if this is a romantic relationship that we're talking about here, because these are just energies that I'm reading with these cards, right? So you apply them to your life however they may be applicable to you, and if they're not, that's okay. But I can see a lot of conflict coming up here towards this. It's almost like, it feels like a dramatic ending in some way. Now, I'll tell you what, whoever I am reading for here, the future looks pretty bright. It looks pretty sunny. It looks pretty successful for you. So you don't need to worry your beautiful little head about this at all. But just know to prepare yourself for conflict. Now, when you know that you're going to have to deal with someone who's a high conflict individual, or there's a high conflict situation, my favorite thing to do is to pray before I say anything, or just say nothing at all, because there are times that I don't have the right words. There are times that my words might be fallible in some way. And so for me, it's easier for me to stop, take a moment, pray about what I need to say, pray about not wanting to hurt someone else, and pray about just solving the situation, getting out of the bad situation, whatever it is you need to do. I'm a very prayerful person when it comes to that. And you may need to implement that in your life, just saying. It feels like your financial situation is going to improve here. I mean, within the next week, it's going to dramatically improve for those of you who are struggling a little bit financially. But again, I would encourage you to send out resumes if you feel like you're being mishandled in a career. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Some of you will have new love coming towards you. And some of you, this is a person from your past coming back. Yeah. It would be someone that you aren't talking to right now and you're kind of at a distance from. And it feels, and I don't know that it's for any specific reason other than you maybe just haven't seen this person in a while, but there's definitely a love relationship coming in here for you. I'm going to set this aside over here and I'm going to pick up another deck. We're going to use this after tarot to clarify, just to get a few more details about this. Oh, well, yeah, fair enough. Look at that. I just picked up this deck and I've already got two repeat cards here. Look, you've got the Tower out here twice, plus this Seven of Wands out here twice. I love it when you guys give me repeat cards and I don't even have to shuffle, just because that tells me these are the most important energies to your story. Now, the Tower represents scorpionic energy, Scorpio, and it really does say, you know, we really can't come back from this. And the thing about the lightning striking the Tower is you can't stay there anymore. Either you got to move or you have to rebuild the foundation with a much stronger foundation than there was before. There's got to be a choice here. There's definitely a choice. And I have this Lover's card out here, which is all about choices. It just feels like this is going to be a week where you're going to have a lot of decisions to make. And with this Seven of Wands coming out here twice, it feels very combative and it feels like it's uncomfortable enough. And that's the thing about the Tower where we were just talking. And I was saying, you know, sometimes we have to be put into uncomfortable situations in order to force a change in our lives. For some people, it can be being hit hard by addiction and recognizing that you're losing relationships with family and friends and that you need to take yourself and get yourself into a program or something. For some people, it is being mishandled in a romantic relationship or, again, a career relationship, and recognizing that you don't want to do that anymore. Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable enough to make a change. All right. Okay, so I have this Six of Cups over here. So I do feel like for a lot of you, new love is coming into your life. And golly geez, I've got this Justice card out here again. And I just saw that when I was shuffling as well. I didn't pull it out. I just shuffled it back in there. But there is something coming up for you during Libra season. I think that's when all of these changes will be implemented in your life one way or the other. Very good. And there's the Nine of Wands again. I just split the deck there again. That's why I always shuffle on camera. But that Nine of Wands, that's that wounded warrior energy. And it does feel like you definitely need to be putting up healthier boundaries around yourself. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Don't allow yourself to be victimized or abused. Yes. Alrighty. You're a very strong person, whoever I'm reading for here, because I can tell you've been through something pretty heavy. And there's the Eight of Wands again. I don't even know why I bother clarifying. Sometimes it is time for you to put out feelers about a new occupation, possibly even those of you who have been single for a while. It might be time for you to start dating again. It might be time for you to start doing that. You know, you'll know if you're ready and if you're not. Let's see here. And I have the Ace of Swords out here again. So I got to be honest with you. I feel like you're dealing with someone in your workplace who hasn't been necessarily telling you the truth. And I'm not sure who this person would be, but you're kind of sick of it. You're kind of over it. This Ace of Swords is someone who, it's an energy of honesty. It's an energy of clarity. It's an energy of being open to honesty and clarity. And I have it coming out here in the reverse, right on top of that Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you may be dealing with an employer who doesn't pay you enough and they don't tell you the truth about why. Something like that. You may have asked this person for a raise multiple times, this corporation for a raise multiple times, and they say, oh no, we're not able to do that. But then you can see the expenditure reports, or you can see the profit margins of the company, and you can tell that they would have the opportunity to raise your pay or something, and it's kind of feels like an abusive situation, or at least, at the very least, a dishonest situation. Those of you who are dealing with that energy in your romantic life, because some of you are, because it's here and it's here and it's here. This person is not an honest person. This person, when they're talking, if they're talking, it's probably lies. Okay. And I feel like I'm reading for someone who already understands that. I think that you're someone who's very intelligent, and I don't think that you are buying into this any longer, especially with this Queen of Swords energy here, where that's just an awful lot of clarity that you already have. It feels like you've seen what you need to see just across the board here. And so now it's time to start taking action, being honest with yourself about who you are, what you want your life to look like, and where you want to go next. It feels like you don't want to be here anymore. And again, whether that's a romantic relationship or that's a career relationship. All right, these are very broad in general. This is kind of a different style of reading than I'm used to doing. So that tells me that the collective is shifting. Our collective on this channel is starting to shift. And I really like that, because sometimes we can get bogged down in situational readings. And I felt like this was coming across my table a lot recently, where I felt like I was reading for the same individuals who were going through a lot, but it feels like now we're starting to look at things in a more broad sense, and just kind of seeing how they can apply themselves in our lives. I can hear a dog right outside my window barking. It's time for you to be in a place where you're more respected for what it is that you do. Absolutely. You got a lot of air sign energy on this. Absolutely. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And look, we have some kind of a reconciliation coming in for someone, specifically if you have Scorpio in your chart. And there are some of you, like I said, who you're going to be having a relationship coming back around from kind of, it feels like the distant past. Honestly, it does. That Three of Cups can be a reconciliation. I have the Empress right there. That's divine feminine energy, also Virgo. I have the Ace of Cups on top of that Six of Cups. That's all soulmate energy. But that Ace of Cups is, it can be a new love relationship coming towards you, and it feels like you've done a lot of healing, and it feels like there's a cutoff right here, and it really does feel like about 5 days from now is when this change, this shift starts to happen in your life. And I am hearing somebody say, thank God, because apparently this has been a difficult time. Goodness. All right, I feel like it's time to start saying that it's for one thing, it's time for you to start, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. It feels like it's time to start advocating for yourself. It feels like it's time for you to start asking for help if you need help. It feels like it's time to start taking action steps. And I feel like this supermoon is going to be allowing you to cut a lot of ties and also move forward in a really healthy way in your life, because this Death card, again, Scorpionic energy, that tells me there's a major shift in how you feel about something, how you feel about someone. It feels like it's time to end it. It goes right with that Tower energy. I was just hearing someone say, look at this mess that's been created. However, from this mess, there comes some kind of new partnership for you. Like I said, sometimes we have to be uncomfortable enough to make a change. All right, that was your reading for this morning. I'll probably try to pop back on here and post another one later this afternoon. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy Monday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Mwah, to you all.